Alright, hello everybody, and welcome to today's stream. First things first, I hope you're all having a lovely day, afternoon, evening, or morning, depending on wherever you are in the world. Of course, my name is Shanaha, or Shanaha, or Shahana. Pretty much whatever you say, there's no wrong way. And today, we are playing a game called Idle Manager. You can't really tell because I suppose these menu items are hiding the idle, but it's an Idle Manager game. The game came out pretty recently, I think last week or this week maybe. But, I mean, well, as the name suggests, you essentially run an idle company. Think similar to Love Live or AKB48, those types of things. So we're going to try our hand at that today. So let's have a look and see. Story. There's free play and story mode. I guess, well, we can just go with the regular story mode and start up a new game. We just do male or female. I feel like, well, let's just go stick with the male. And for our last, well, we don't really have two names. We only have one name, so let's see. Let's just put our last name as Mr. and our first name as Shanaha. Because I assume it'll say like the Japanese style, you know, the last name first and then the first name. So in theory, this should now have me be addressed as Mr. Shanaha. Now for the group name, I actually thought about this beforehand because, like I said, one of the groups I mentioned were AKB48. So I thought, let me try and do something similar where you have some letters and then a number. Then it dawned upon me, if you actually look at my name, Shanaha, you could have SHA and then Na, or well, Na could be 7, because 7 in Japanese is pronounced Nana, and then an 8 or Hachi or Ha. In before it shows up as Shanaha Mr. Just to be safe, how about Shan Aha? Aha! See what I did there? Aha! That is a good idea actually. Attenborough 83. Let's see. Shan. And then Aha. So worst case, or best case scenario, it'll show up as Shan Aha. Worst case scenario, it'll show up as Aha! Shan. But yeah. Even if that goes wrong though, at least we have the group name, right? SHA78. Or if you pronounce it in Japanese, Sha Na Ha. Or Nana and then Hachi. But let's go ahead and try this out. And I'm glad you like it, Professor Bloom. It's 30 more than 48, which makes it that much better. That is true. That is very much true. I'm wondering though, is AKB48 like the biggest, I suppose, idol group out there? Rival, sure, female, have a battle of the sexes between the idol managers. And yes, tutorial absolutely enable that. And also welcome, Atropa. Difficulty. There's difficulties in this game as well. Let's see, there's relaxed, no fail state, money is not an issue. Oh man, if only I could have that in real life. No failure and no money issues. And also, thank you, Satsuma Bimo. Welcome. Thank you for the raid. What were you playing earlier? I saw you were doing something. Let me give you a shout out quickly. Satsuma Bimo. In Japan, but BTS is everywhere. Ah, yes. If only it was, we could have a male managing thing. But I think this idol manager is only for girls. But absolutely, BTS is definitely the biggest thing. Let's see, what are the other difficulties? Normal, challenging experience. It may take you some time to figure out a strategy that works for you. Recommended for the first playthrough. So we'll stick with that then. And unfair. Try this if you're up for a new challenge. Not recommended for first time players. I think we'll just stick with normal for now. And you're playing Getsu Fumaden Konami's roguelike. Ah! Pretty fun. I saw you were playing like quite a few roguelikes. You used a Wheel of Fortune to decide on one. But yeah, welcome, Bimo. We are playing Idol Manager, where we're going to try and start up our own version of AKB48. Or at least attempt to. I'm not too sure if my business ownership skills will lead us to a black company, but we'll have to see. And what is this? Who is this speaking? There's even voice acting. Yeah, you decided to do that once a week. I see. Are you here to meet with Fujimoto? Sorry to break it to you, but he's not here right now. You had an appointment scheduled for now? Well, You might be waiting for a while. Fujimoto has a habit of keeping people waiting. Where is he going to be here? Or, oh, where is he or when will he be here? I'm more interested in when he's going to get here. Hey, do I look like I know? I don't even work here. I mean, it's not like anyone works here, right? Not at the moment, at least. If you wanted to meet anyone who works for Fujimoto, well, you showed up a week too late. Well, what happened a week ago? Huh? You didn't know? Well, this building might look like a ghost town now, but it used to be home to some very lucrative businesses. They were the kind of businesses that turned a very large profit, but they did most of their businesses in cash, if you catch my drift. Ah, I see. So is it like what? Illegal stuff? Maybe some drug rings? Fujimoto runs the kind of businesses that favor profits over morals. Ooh, kicking it old school with the world's oldest profession. What would the oldest profession be? Isn't it supposed to be like sex trading? Like back in the day, the cavemen would sell a fish for a woman's body. Yeah, the world's oldest profession. Like I'm pretty sure it's either a meme or people always said the oldest profession is prostitution. Yeah, prostitution, as you said, Trevor. So this building does seem a bit sketchy. Of course, the local law enforcement were usually willing to turn a blind eye as long as they got a cut of the action. This really does sound pretty hectic. But ever since our city was chosen to host the upcoming summer games, the higher-ups have started cracking down on that sort of thing. The world's oldest profession, yeah, music idols, yeah. Imagine. I guess Fujimoto decided to clean up his act before the police had to get involved, which would explain why this building is now empty. And some of the neighborhood's finest massage therapists are now finding themselves out of a job. Oh, I see. It's a massage parlor. With a, massage parlor. Wink, wink, nudge, nudge. But I guess this loss is your gain, right? That's what you're meeting Fujimoto about. Well, as best as I can gather, Fujimoto's goal is to clean up his act. But let me give you a piece of advice. People don't change their ways easily. You dig? If you want to run things squeaky clean, you'll be running against the grain. Who are you? All we see is a silhouette of you. Cavemen were waving rocks covered in glowing paint. as their glow sticks, yeah. Me? I'm just a concerned citizen, giving out some free advice. Is that enough gossip? I'm just trying to impress upon you that Fujimoto is probably desperate to fill the space with some kind of business. Whoever fills it could probably get away with running it at a loss for the foreseeable future. One of the benefits of not caring where your money comes from means you can accumulate a lot of it, and Fujimoto spent a lot of time not caring where his money came from. Anyway, I've already said too much. Enjoy your meeting with Fujimoto, alright? Oh, okay then. Still don't know who that was. And I guess we maybe never will. Chapter 1. Oh, I have to click as well. Oh, this is Fujimoto. Ah, you're Shan Aha, right? Ah, okay. Attenborough, you were right. It did go, what is it? Last name and then first name. So I think it was a good call on splitting up the name into Shan and Aha. Sorry to have kept you waiting. Good to finally meet you in person. I must admit, I'm a bit surprised to see you're so young. But entertainment does seem to be a young person's game, especially when it comes to managing talent. Yes, nice indeed. Anyway, your age is less important to me than your experience, which was enough to impress me. I'm glad you're impressed. The thing that caught my eye, however, wasn't your education, or even your most recent work experience. I was most impressed by the fact that you worked at a convenience store in high school. Most people wouldn't brag about working at a convenience store, but to become a part-time manager at such a young age is certainly unusual, especially given that I happen to know that convenience store. It's in a pretty rough and tumble part of town. You're someone who knows how to get things done, aren't you? Managing an idle agency isn't exactly the same thing as running a convenience store, but you have to deal with a lot of the same problems. Young employees who are trying to balance school and work, running on a tight budget, keeping customers happy. If you know the business fundamentals, I think you'll do well here. And if you don't yet know everything you need to, I hope you'll learn fast. So, anyway, I have the paperwork here if you're ready to sign. Your terms are, well, let's just say that they're the best terms I was able to get on such a short notice. Anyway, I don't want you to think of me as your boss. You're the boss. I'm just a sponsor. An investor, if you will. This is your enterprise, and I'm just buying myself a piece of the action. When it comes to starting capital, I'm afraid I can't offer much in the way of cash. My investments haven't left me very liquid, and I'm taking a loss on a significant portion of my portfolio. You see? Oh, did you invest it all in Bitcoin and have that crash? I see you. Part of the reason this building happens to be vacant, but I can offer you the use of the bottom floor rent-free. Pretty lucky for my loss to turn into your gain, isn't it? This kind of generosity isn't typical for me, so don't get used to it. What do you get out of this? It almost seems like a deal that's too good to be true, getting a rent-free place. I already said it, didn't I? I just want a piece of the action. You do all the hard work, and if you turn out to be a success, I get some of the prestige by association. Fails? Well, it won't be the first business venture I've seen fail. Plus, the truth is, I need someone to fill this property. If you let a space go unused for too long, it can start to look run down, and that can affect the value of the surrounding property. It's not good to have a building that never has anyone leaving or entering. But if you start expanding and taking up more space, you're going to have to pay rent for the space you move into. Sketchy. How many fingers does he have? Yeah. What is it? They always cut off the... Like, is it the pinky finger or is it just any finger? When you break a promise to the Yakuza. It's a bit early to worry about that though. For the time being, I assume you'll be focused on getting some starting talent, training them up, doing some basic promotion, and most importantly, getting yourself a fan base. I don't know everything about the entertainment industry, but the one thing I do know is that you're nothing without your fans. An idol group lives or dies based on the size of the following it gets. It's pinky, yeah? But it can be more. I suppose it depends on how many promises you break, right? Once you get your 2 pinkies done, they'll start moving on to the rest. Of course, I'm not saying you shouldn't pay attention to your bank account, but if you're not increasing the size of your following, you're probably doing something wrong. Plus, there's more to think about. One of the reasons I wanted to sponsor an idol group is so that one day I can turn on the TV or pick up a newspaper and see people talking about something I helped create. So go out there and make me proud. It depends on how big of an apology you had to do. Usually do it on the same hand. I see. Hopefully it's all on the weaker hand, so you can at least still use your dominant hand. So, are we ready to formalize the agreement? Or is there anything I forgot to cover? There was a woman who told me things about you. I wouldn't worry too much about it. Probably some local gossip monger. You might hear rumors about me. Some are true, most aren't. I used to own several businesses in this neighborhood, but I live on the other side of town and I'm not always the most involved person. That seems to have lent me a certain mystique to the people who know who I am out here, but aren't used to seeing my face around here. I hope you don't expect to be working too closely with me. Like I said, you're the boss. I'm just offering you the resources. I'll drop by every now and then, but I try to stay out of people's hair. Plus, I've got other ventures competing for my attention. But if you're putting on a big show, let me know and I'll try to stop by. Hey, getting VIP tickets to every event is supposed to be one of the perks of backing this whole venture, right? Hey, running an idol group can be complicated. It's challenging, even for those who have experience. A comprehensive guide would be useful, yeah? Yeah. I have no idea what I'm doing. I appreciate the honesty. That's why I'd like to give you this binder. It was put together by one of the former associates, and it lays out SOP, or SOP, for a lot of things you'll need to do when running an idol group. Yeah, what is SOP? Sorry. I should drop the jargon, shouldn't I? SOP stands for Standard Operating Procedure. It's basically a set of step-by-step instructions for helping you do all of the things you'll need to run an operation or organization like Sha-Na-Ha or SHA-78. Of course, It wasn't specifically written with Shanaha in mind, but you'll be surprised at how many universal lessons apply to running a business like this one. Trippa also says standard operating procedures. I guess it is a fairly common acronym. I just never heard of it. Documents like the ones you'll find in this binder are the lifeblood of any organization. They're a way to formalize the concepts so that the organization is never reliant on a single person, since all of their knowledge is stored in a form that allows anyone to pick up and take over their role. So, does that mean I'm replaceable? Military, at least, it's common. I see. Of course not. Human beings aren't interchangeable parts. Just because you know the standard operating procedure doesn't mean you'll be able to run things as well as the person who put those instructions together. But it's a great place to start. I've sponsored lots of businesses before, Mr. Shan. I'll leave the binder in your capable hands. It consists of a series of lessons on various topics. Anyway, I think it's about time that I get out of your hair and let you actually start doing your job. Any questions before I turn you loose? How about some last minute advice? I think the best lessons are the ones you learn by trying and failing. How's that for advice? Don't get discouraged if things don't work out. A lot of starting businesses fail. To be honest, for an inexperienced person like you running a business, it wouldn't be that surprising of an outcome. Wow, okay, thanks for your faith, Mr. Fujimoto. That might sound pessimistic, but hopefully it takes some of the pressure off. Every venture like this is ultimately a gamble. If you go bankrupt, I won't personally hold it against you. After all, money isn't everything. But it does tend to make life a lot easier. So try to make sure your spending is judicious. Well then, that wasn't too intimidating, I guess. We sort of have to make sure we don't have to turn a profit, but you know, we are at risk if we don't. Let's see. So I guess this is now the actual game. Build your office. Click on an unused part of the building to create a room there. Okay. To start with, let's create your office. After all, you need a place to work, that's true. Not too bad of a guy. I mean, to be fair, the guy is letting us live here rent-free, right? So that's always a plus. Well, assuming we don't, cause too much of a ruckus. So that's always nice. Let's see. So let's create our office. And actually, let me also do this as well. I did a little testing and I saw that there's almost no like ambient music. You only hear the crickets in the game. So what I'll do is I'll throw up some music in the background. Hopefully it's not too loud. Just to fill the dead air and you don't hear just the crickets, or cicadas rather. Right, let's see. We now have our office and we have to open up the staff tab. It's you. That's me. Oh wow, that's me. I feel like I've watched too many shows or read too many doujinshis where this portrait is invoking some certain things in my head. You know, that type of haircut where it masks the eyes. But I'm not gonna go any further with that. I think if you know, you know. But let's see, it's me. Each staffer is represented by a card. On this menu, you're the first, and so far the only staffer at Shanaha. Okay, continue. On this menu, you can click on the staffer to change their nickname or to fire them. Of course, you can't fire yourself, but you can give yourself a nickname if you'd like. As the UI indicates, you're currently not assigned to any room. How about we move you over to that newly created office? Grab your card by clicking on the hand icon, and drag yourself over to the office. Eyeless protagonist manager son is never a good sign. Yeah, especially considering Professor Bloom, it's an eyeless protagonist manager son who is running an idol agency full of what I assume will be lots of girls. I mean, listen, we did hear that the previous sort of purpose of this building was sort of the age-old trade, right? Of possibly prostitution that involved a lot of, massagers, masseuses, the people that do the massaging. I forget the name. So maybe this new company won't end up too dissimilar from the previous one. Let's see. Nice. Look at you. Already hard at work. This is the start of your journey as an idol manager. Here you can see the current date. The green progress bar indicates how close tomorrow is. Days go by so fast, don't they? Oh, that's true, Atropa. He also gave us the previous organization's SOP, which, you know, it wasn't an idol company. So if we follow it to a T, we're going to end up with a very different type of company. Now we're in the business of extracting money from people with no contact. Yeah, exactly. And welcome, Orange, by the way. I hope your operation has gone well and you're recovering. I know you've been taking a break with that. Let's see, if you need time to think or plan your next move, you can pause time by using this button. The play button will resume time, and the fast forward button will cause time to move at an accelerated pace. Oh, it's kind of like The Sims then. Time will only pass when you're on this screen. Anytime you're experiencing a story event, time will pause automatically. You can't have an idol group without idols. It's time to hold some auditions. Uh-oh, this is going to be scary. You can choose to hold local, regional, or nationwide auditions. Making a wider talent search with a regional or nationwide audition will increase the chance of getting a highly talented idol, but it will also cost a lot more. There's also a cooldown for holding higher tiers of audition. Auditions are planned from your office. Click on your office and select the auditions option. Let's hold a local or regional audition for now. Where do we... Oh, click on our office, so that's here. And select auditions. We can go for either local or regional. Screw it, let's go for regional. It costs 1 million yen and we currently have 5.5 million. I mean, you get... What is it saying? You get out what you put in or something? So it's in our best interest to get some good idols. Let's see, the talent scout begins. It'll take a few days for the audition to finish. It looks like the game is currently paused. Our talent scout won't progress if time isn't moving. Let's unpause it so that time can pass. Okay, let's do that. Wait, is it paused? As you can see, your portrait has a progress bar that will fill up as the audition gets closer to finishing. Remember, if you want time to progress faster, you can always press the fast forward button. Just make sure not to lose track of time. Let me also... Since we have the relaxing lo-fi music in the background, let's do this as well. That way we can properly enjoy this lo-fi music. I think is very fitting. I mean, like, you know, you always see the lo-fi playlist. It's that girl sitting at a desk, working quietly and just bobbing her head. So maybe that's us there in the office, working patiently, scouting. Oh my gosh, that sounds weird. Scouting all the different talents, looking up all the girls' profiles. Ugh. It gives me the shivers just thinking about it. But let's fast forward the day so we can get that progress bar moving a little bit faster. Let's see. I wonder how many girls we'll get. I mean, in AKB48, there's like a whole bunch of them, right? So maybe we can also recruit a whole bunch. It's a brand new day, and the talent scouting is finished. It's time to look at the audition candidates and decide who to hire. Click the audition icon over your head to see the candidates. Scouting on Discord. Yeah. You hold a special server. Guys, trust me, I'm a mod. You can DM me. Each audition finds 5 idols. Who they are is a mystery. Let's click on one of them to get started. Okay, let's go from left to right. Takeda Saori. Each idol has 4 stats that are based on their appearance and 4 stats that are based on their talents. More girls equals more money to maintain them. Exactly. It's an infinite loop. Edinburgh. Let's see, what are her 4 stats? Cute, cool, sexy, and pretty. So I guess the 4 are those are the appearance ones. Then vocal, dance, funny, and smart. I guess that is the talent ones. Also, what is she? She's arrogant. Becomes less likable after centering a single. She's 22 years old, so she is of legal age. I feel like that is a very important stat on the screen. But okay then, let's see. Next to each stat, you will see 2 numbers. The first number is the current value of the stat. The second number in brackets is their potential for that stat. You can think of potential as a soft cap. Once an idol reaches their potential in a certain stat, it'll be much harder to raise that stat through training. Each idol has a unique trait. Some traits are beneficial, while others can be more of a hindrance than a help. You can click here to hire this girl to be an idol in your group. But hold up, before we hire her, let's take a look at the other candidates. Try clicking on each of the other idols to see how they stack up. Old Dusty. She's only 22 years old, Orange. I don't think she's that old. And that vocal is very, very iffy. Having a 6 current value and a maximum of 12. I wonder what it means if it's pink over here. Like the vocal, the sexy, pretty, and cute are all... Well, the vocal, sexy, and pretty are pink, while the rest are all blue. Well, let's see. She's at least a good dancer, maybe. And I don't think we ever have to worry about her centering a single with that vocal quality. But maybe let's have a look at the rest and see if we have any better potential candidates. She can't think. Yeah, even after training, some people just can't be saved, I suppose. Man, if only we had somebody like you, Professor Bloom. Your vocals would be like 100. Let's see. Yamauchi Nozomi. Her vocals are a lot better. Cute, 14 out of 47. Cool, 25 out of 57. Sexy, 25/39. Pretty, 27/30. Vocals, 8/45. Wow, all of their vocals they start off very low. Yeah, that first one is the one that dances. Let's have a look at the rest though. Takakura Ayako, also 22 years old. Okay, wow, she has a good potential for her vocals. Lone Wolf, stat bonus when hosting a show alone. Oh my goodness. Oh wow, she can become very... This sounds so weird to say out loud, but she can become very sexy once she has aged up a bit. I can't believe I said that out loud. And a tomboy idol. Oh, was this girl a tomboy? I know they both might look like... Oh, they're both lone wolves. So I feel like that's danger waiting to happen. Looking cute is probably more valuable for idols than voice. That is true. That is very true. She has short, messy hair. I mean, both... Okay, yeah, a lot of them have... They're all short hair. Hopefully we can get some long-haired girls. But yeah, Trevor, I think, made a good point that it's more about the looks, I think. Like, here we have Ayako, who is super sexy. And Nozomi, who's... I mean, she's average, I suppose. And Saori, who is super cute. Music can be a huge moneymaker though. That is true. But I think when you have so many idols, it makes it a lot easier because you can sort of... You can hide the bad singing amongst the rest of the actual good singers. You can just have 1 or 2 people that they just do, you know, backing choruses. As long as you have one main singer that can really hit it home. With looks, you get photo shoots, but that usually just nabs chump change. That's true. That is true. It's all about those live shows. But let's have a look at the next one. Kuriyama Nao. Oh wow, she's pretty decent. She has, okay, well, right now, 1 vocal, but she has the potential. 67. She can be a good dancer, and she can be funny as well. Photogenic. Double bonus to photo shoot payments. Oh, speaking of the photo shoots at Edinburgh, we can get double points for it. And hey, what's up, Laser3? Welcome to the stream. We are currently going through some of our applications for our new idol company. Yeah, you can have people who specialize in things. Ah, yes, that makes sense. That is the beauty, I think, of having such a big idol group. Having 1 or 2 members that can sing works. That's how NSYNC existed. That's true. Let's see, who is the last girl though? Ooh. Like, what is this? A super rare or something? Golden girl. Oh yeah, she's literally our golden girl. Ikeda Reina. Age 22. Oh, look at that dance! 94. And the vocals as well. 76, 78. Oh my goodness. Let's see. Wow, it looks like you were lucky enough to find a rare idol. That means she has pretty high starting stats, which will probably give her a head start over any of the other idols. The number above each idol's portrait down here represents their overall rating. It's essentially an average of all their stats and it can help when comparing different idols. Now that we've had a chance to look at all of these idols, let's decide who to hire. You can hire as many or as few idols as you like. Well, we're definitely hiring Reina over here. Since you're starting out, you have no idols, let's hire at least 3 idols. Yeah, Edinburgh, you pointed out. And she doesn't get involved in relationships, which, you know, I'm just going to say, it's not like I was going to try and start a relationship with her anyway. So it's not like it was a good thing. It just happens to be a nice thing, you know? No, we weren't going to try and get in a relationship with her after all. And Broshan Side says she's the only one that doesn't look pissed. That's true. She's the only one with like a smiling face. I mean, she has like look at her stats. She knows she's going to get picked. That's probably why she's smiling. And asexual is a good ability. No dating scandals. Ah, thank you, Laser3, for that information. That is actually very useful. Great singer, great dancer, and won't cause drama. That's true. And oh my goodness, she can also become super sexy. This sounds so weird to say out loud when I'm staring at a 22-year-old girl and saying, "Ooh, yes, she has potential to become very sexy. Just give it time." But I mean, she's currently at 40, but she can go up to all the way to 95. Let's see. So we're absolutely hiring her, of course. And who else is there? So these numbers here at the top of the portrait shows their averages. So I'm guessing Nal might be good because she's 60. That's the highest average as well. It's weird when she's flat as a board. Hey, listen, Edinburgh, you never know. There is such a thing as late bloomers. We'll see towards the end. The sexy asexuals. Ah, damn it. If only she wasn't asexual. Wait until you see the stats on platinum idols. There's platinum idols. Oh my goodness. I assume that's like the next highest step above gold, right? They're rare, but their stats are busted. Ah, I see. You've only ever seen one platinum idol. That's the one in my current single idol. No employee run. You were talking about that yesterday with your one idol, no employees. I suppose if you have a platinum idol, that would definitely help then, if that was your single one. But yeah, let's add now. She can be our designated photo person or our photo shoot person. And of these last two, let's take Sari. She can be the backup dancer. Nice, you've hired 3 idols. It looks like there are 2 left in this batch. You can either hire them as well or send them packing. I mean, we've already got some pretty decent idols already, so sorry, girls.
Konnichiwa.
Platinum idols are 0.1% in local auditions. In national, I think it's 1%. Oh my goodness, 0.1%. Oh, that's worse than like Fate Grand Order gotcha rates or something like that. Ah, Reina, our golden girl. Hi, I'm just hoping to get along with everybody. Well, let's hope you don't get along too well since you're asexual.
よろしくお願いします。
Hey, glad to see you in person. I'm sure you've seen my photos, right? Don't I just look winsome in them? Having too many idols already is a big mistake? Ah, I assume like you can't really distribute your resources evenly, right? Or you'll spread your resources out too thin. Oh, he decided to pick me? Honestly, I'm surprised it took this long for someone to recognize my talents. Well, better late than never, right? Oh yeah, she already sounds like a little stuck up. Idols become like the biggest expense in the early game once it gets started. Ah, hopefully then the recommended 3 was good enough. Now that your group has idols, it's time to give them some activities to do. Let's go over to the tab over here. Every day, your group can perform an activity. Performance will spend idle stamina. It'll earn some money. Promotion will spend stamina to gain some fans. Spa treatment will spend money to allow 3 idols to recover some of their physical stamina. At the bottom of the screen, you can see how many fans, money, and scandal points your group has. It looks like right now, your group doesn't have much of a following. Let's fix that by doing a promotion to gain new fans. Alright, so let's click that over here. Did it work? Or do I click again? Oh, there we go. Be careful, they tend to get injured really easily. Including vocal injuries. Oh, yeah, I was going to say, you know, is it from all the intense dancing? But I hadn't even thought about vocal injuries. Let's see. But that is definitely something I'll have to keep in mind in Edinburgh. Success! You've got some fans. 7 fans. It's a start though. You can hover over your fans at the bottom of the screen at any time to see the current demographics of your group's fan base. Ooh, what are our demographics right now? Oh, we have male casual teen, male casual adult, male hardcore adult, and we also have some females. Now that it's a new day, let's plan a different activity for our group. It's time for a performance. Okay. Let's do that. So it just gives us money straight away. Looks like that brought in a bit of money. Remember, you can do one activity every day, so choose wisely. Since you're first starting out, it might be a good idea to get some more promotions to increase your fan following. You think I can invest in a doctor's office later, but if a girl gets injured, they get a whole month! That's quite serious actually, now that I think about it. Let's see. Yeah, I think this tip is quite useful. Do promotions first. It wouldn't make much sense to do a performance when we only have 7 fans. By the way, the benefit you get from doing a daily activity is based on the level of that daily activity. Hover over each daily activity to see how you can unlock higher levels. Unlocking higher level daily activities is one of the best ways to make faster progress as an idol group. If you're ever stuck, consider checking your daily activities and seeing what the requirements are to level up. Whenever your idols work, they spend stamina. You can check the stamina on the idol menu. Here you can see an idol's physical and mental stamina. Ordinarily, idols spend physical stamina when working, but if you force them to work when they're completely exhausted, it will drain their mental stamina instead. So it's like their health points and their mana points. I get it. Idols with low physical stamina are at a greater risk of becoming injured, and idols with low mental stamina can become depressed. Be a good boss and try not to work your idols too hard. Both mental and physical stamina will recover over time, but mental stamina will recover much more slowly. Just like in real life. Here you can view your idol stats. By default, it will display their looks and talent stats. Click on the arrow next to their stats to view their relationship stats. I feel like I've said the word stats so many times that it's like losing its meaning. These stats indicate your relationship with each idol. They indicate your friendship, influence, and romance level. Oh my gosh, we really can romance our idols. Oh gosh, the whole, eyeless, hair over the face anime protagonist surrounded by a bunch of girls is really not panning out to look too good here. Friendship is a measure of how much an idol likes you. Increase it by socializing with them and generally being pleasant whenever you interact with them. Influence is a measure of how indebted an idol feels to you. Increase it by doing favors for her. Romance is a measure of, yeah, I do know, trust me. You might be able to increase it by flirting, but not everyone will respond well to these kinds of advances. You can click on an idol to change her nickname or put her on hiatus. Later, when you create multiple idol groups, you can also click on them to assign them to different idol groups. Click on the profile icon to bring up an idol's profile screen. You thought this was an idol making factory? I mean, technically speaking, Ringe, we can scout them out, but I guess in theory, once we have a couple of idols going, we can start making them in-house, if you know what I mean. Here you can view more detailed information about her stats. The Fans tab will tell you about the demographic of her fan base. The Jobs tab will display any contracts an idol gets. The Bonds tab will display an idol's relationships with other idols in the group. You can click here to see who she's friends with and to see which group members she might not be getting along with. It looks like we don't know very much about her current relationships with other members of the group. Let's socialize and get to know her better. The best way to restore stamina early is the hot spring, but it soon becomes expensive. Invest in a break room to not have to worry about it as often, especially if you have more than 3 idols. Okay, that's a good tip to keep in mind, Laser3. Thanks for that. And yeah, it's ironic that it's always hot springs, right? That are the go-to for relaxation. But yes, let's see. Let's socialize with good old Reina. From the idol menu, choose an idol and drag her card into your office. Oh goodness. Come into our office, Miss Reina. It takes some time to prepare a social event, so let time progress. Remember that you can always fast forward if you want time to move faster. I'm glad that our golden girl is asexual, so there's no There's no funny business that can go on between us. Looks like you're ready to socialize with the idol you selected. Let's go get coffee. Okay, let's see. Oh, it's turned into like a visual novel now. Casual conversation is a good way to know your idols and key to building friendship. Try flirting at your own risk. Not everyone is receptive to a romantic overture. You can ask an idol about her wishes to find what her goals are. Helping her fulfill her goals will increase your influence with her. You can ask an idol to share gossip about other group members or ask her to mentor a younger group member of the group. Note that most group members won't share gossip if you're not friendly. If you have influence with an idol, you can spend that influence to get her to do certain things. Or don't say it like that. Oh goodness. If your idol is bullying another group member, you might need to resort to this option to get her to stop. Yes, yeah, that's what we use our influence for. To get them to stop bullying others, not for anything else. Every idol graduates and leaves the group eventually. You can ask her when she's planning to graduate or accelerate her graduation. It's best to begin every relationship by getting to know the other person. Let's engage in some casual conversation with this idol. Let's see. Hey, what's up? Ikira Reina admits she's been playing a new video game recently and mentions one of her childhood heroes. You don't even want to think about it, Attenborough? You also find out that Ikira Reina owns a high-powered telescope. That's an odd thing. Influence is basically a social tool. Yeah, it seems like it. You can force him to do something. Hire a manager. You can't run everything yourself. Idols need to be coached and you need staffers to help with sales and production tasks. Let's go and hire some. Just Oscar. Yeah, imagine that. We've just hired her. So, Reina, when do you want to retire? Click over to the staff tab and click the green hire button. Here you can hire a variety of different staffers. This screen will also show you what type of room the staffer works in. For example, dance coaches and choreographers work in the dance room. You can't run everything yourself. That's true. Not unless you're Laser 3, who's able to do it all solo. You can hire a variety of blah blah blah. Each staffer will have one of two specializations for their staffer type. They can still perform the task they're not specialist at. I can choose from novice, professional, and expert level staffers. More experienced staffers start with higher stats, but also cost more money to employ. As a starting group with a limited budget, it's best to keep our costs low, so let's hire a novice staffer for now. For now, let's start by hiring a manager to help us with some business deals. Select either a sales manager or production manager. Let's go with sales. Now, our new staffer needs a place to work. Let's go back to the main agency view and build an office for her. There's an achievement to release a single without any employees. Oh wow, that's interesting. So yeah, it's like you are doing all of it yourself. You know, you are the sales manager, the dance instructor, the vocal coach, and all that stuff. Click on unused space and select office. Here we go. Grab the staffer's card and drag her into the office. Let's go Yamane Haruka. Over there. If staffers aren't assigned to a particular task, they will automatically generate research points. Now that you've hired a staff, they'll generate research points whenever they're not working on an assigned task. So let's accelerate time and then see how that works. Looks like you already have some research points. Let's go spend them. Here you can hover over each type of research points to see how many research points your staffers are passively generating each day. You can also buy research points by clicking on the green buy icon. Let's spend some of your manager research points. Okay. You can spend manager research points to unlock different marketing options or unlock different types of business contracts. It looks like you don't have enough research points to unlock anything. You can generate more research points passively or buy them from the previous menu. Let's go ahead and buy some. Let's unlock the Photoshoot business contract. Click and hold to spend research points on this. There it is. Photoshoot business contracts. Once you've unlocked an item with research points, you can spend more research points to level it up in the future. Note that certain items have separate requirements to unlock. For example, unlocking the variety show business contract requires that your group have a certain number of fans and fame. I mean, that makes sense, right? You don't want to go on national TV for a variety show and have nobody want to tune into it. Let's go back to the previous menu. Different staffer types can be used to research different items. For example, you'll use music research points to unlock different musical genres, and use dance research points to unlock different styles of choreography. You have a manager working for you. Let's have her make some business proposals. Click on the staffer's office and select a business proposal. Okay. It will take some time for her to finish. Remember that you can always fast forward to make time progress faster. So let's go ahead and do that then. And I guess what are we doing? Oh, we're just passively getting those research points, right? Meanwhile, we have to wait for her to do that. Are we able to do something while we wait? Salaries, contracts, loans. In theory, we can host another audition, but I think might be better to wait off and see how our current 3 will fare. Oh, that looks like that's done. Looks like she's finished creating a business proposal. Click the yen icon and see. Oh, that looks like a nice cover. Each client will be looking for an idol who is good in a particular stat. Remember to do the daily thing. Oh, goodness. Thank you, Laser3, for reminding me about that. Each client will be looking for an idol who is good in a particular stat. You get to choose which idol participates. You have 3 options. How good the rewards are depend on how good the idol is in the desired stat the client is looking for. Your staffer can try to negotiate a better rate. The number of times you can negotiate is based on the staffer's deal stat. Renegotiating the deal can result in a better or worse stat. The results are random, with the odds of success determined by the staffer's deal stat. Once you have an outcome you like, click the accept button. Okay, let's see. Big Comic Moods is looking for a girl to do a cute photo shoot for the next issue of their magazine. Who was the girl that got double points for us? Right click mouse buttons for more details. Is it Saori? Wait, what? Oh, you're the one that... Oh, but you only get 0.85% bonus. I can select multiple in a row to queue it up. I do that by deselecting the menu, the same place you see your current story mission. Ah, I see. I'll do that once I select somebody for this photo shoot. See, but now, here's the thing. Kuriyama now can get us the double bonus to the photo shoot. But... Oh wait, actually, even with the double, I think her stats are so bad that it's better off using our golden girl, Ikeda Reina. So let's just go ahead and use her. But actually, first, before we go on with this little tutorial for the business deal, let's do that promotion that you were talking about, Laser3. Or the activities, rather. Let's do promotions. And you said we can queue them up, right? You do that by deselecting the menu, the same place you see your current story mission. We see our current story missions. Ah, over here. Ah, okay, I see. Promotion, performance, and spa treatment. So if we do that. Okay, so you can also have a staffer automatically generate business proposals. Click on the staffer and select the auto proposals option. Oh, there it is, the little checkbox. When this box is ticked, the staffer will automatically generate business proposals whenever she isn't working on anything else. Note that this means she won't generate research points. Different types of business proposals have different benefits. You can click on the staffer's office and choose a preferred proposal type for her to focus on from among the types of business deals you've unlocked. More proposal types can be unlocked from the research menu. You've been using a lot of the menu tabs like the idols, staff, and activities. Did you know that you can switch between menu tabs using keyboard shortcuts? Ooh, I love shortcuts. You can advance... Oh, let's also resume time. You can advance to the next menu tab by pressing tab or cycle up and down through them using the page up and page down keys, or use the middle mouse button to advance through them. Really? Oh. Ah, I see. There we go. Pressing the keys home or end will jump to the top or bottom menu tab. Let's return to the default agency view. To close the current tab, you can click the X icon or use the keyboard shortcut Escape. You can also close or open the most recent tab by clicking the right mouse button. On the default agency view, you can get an overview of how many research points you currently have. You can use the buttons here as shortcuts for daily activities like promotion, performance, and spa treatment. At first, it seems you can only queue up one task. It'll increase later though. Ah, okay. I see. Maybe it's like one of the perks that you unlock later on or something. These daily activities can also be triggered using keyboard shortcuts Z, X, and C. You can view pending tasks from the default agency view. Let's take a look at your pending tasks. It looks like there's a story event waiting for you. Progressing through the game story will require you to complete objectives, which are detailed here. So this one was upgrade, promotion, and performance to level 1, which we have done. Meeting the requirements for a story task doesn't automatically trigger the story event. You'll need to come back to the screen and click on the story task when you're ready to advance, but be warned, the world marches to the beat of its own drum, and sometimes the certain story events will happen automatically. Let me also see. There we go. I just noticed in the bottom left hand corner there, the date ticked over, so I went and did another promotion, or performance rather. In addition to story tasks, sometimes characters will give you optional tasks to complete, which will appear on the screen. If you socialize with an idol and ask about her wishes, it will show up as a task here. You might also get a task if you take out a loan from a certain someone. Are you doing the promotion? Okay, there we go. Like with story events, you'll need to come back to the screen and click on the task after meeting the requirements in order to complete the task. If you ever get stuck and aren't sure how to progress a story, you can always come back to the screen to view the requirements for the next story event. It's time to hire a dance staffer. Click over to the Staff tab and click the green Hire button. You can choose from novice, professional, and expert level staffers. More experienced staffers start with higher stats, but also cost more money to employ. Let's hire a dance coach. Now, our new staffer needs a place to work. Let's go back to the main agency view and build an office for her. Click on unused space and select dance room. Let's see, grab the staffer's card from these. Actually, I just did use that shortcut for doing a promotion, which is actually super useful now that I know. You can press Z, X, and C to do those daily activities instead of having to, navigate all the way there. So essentially in the bottom left hand corner where you see the day ticks over, like it's about to tick over to Sunday now, I can just keep an eye out there and know when to do a daily activity. Let's see though, grab the staffer's card from the staff tab and drag her into the dance room. Terui Mocha. If staffers aren't assigned to a particular task, they will automatically generate research points. We know that already though. It's time to hire a music staffer. Let's hire a voice coach or music producer. Let's see. Where are they? Oh, here they are. Voice coach or music producer. Let's go with the production. So, I mean, we have that one girl who's very good at singing already, right? Now our new staffer needs a place to work. Let's build them a recording studio. Bit small there. Ooh, okay, there we go. Grab the staffer's card from the staff tab and drag him into the recording studio. If staffers aren't assigned to a particular task, they will automatically generate research points. Music research points can be used to unlock new musical genres. Ooh, actually, we have a new deal by the looks of things, so let's quickly stop and have a look here. Monday is looking for a girl to do a cool photo shoot for the next issue of their magazine. So let's go ahead and use null. And she also, we can now actually use that bonus and put it to use. So let's do that. Dance coaches and vocal coaches can help idols improve their dance and vocal stats. Well, I mean, duh, I would hope so. I mean, I don't know what else they would be doing as a dance coach and vocal coach. Let's have your dance staffer coach an idol. Go to the idol tab. Select an idol and drag her card into the dance studio. Who could use some dancing? Okay, now could definitely, both of these two could definitely use dancing. They're super bad. But let's go with Takeda Saori.
始め
Note that a staffer can only coach an idol if the staffer's coaching stat is higher than the idol stat. For example, a dance staffer with a coaching stat of 20 won't be able to coach an idol whose dance stat is 20 or higher. This consumes idol stamina. Be careful not to overwork your idols. You can click on a staffer's room and select Auto Practice to have them automatically coach idols whenever they're not working on anything else. Note, staffers won't generate research points when coaching. To produce a single, you need to have a hired dance staffer, music staffer, and manager staffer. You must also go to the research tab and unlock at least one lyric type, marketing strategy type, choreography style, and genre of music.
開始
So I guess we have to do that then. Let's try and unlock each of those. Do we have a lyric type from the music producer? No, this is a genre. Oh, we need that anyway though, so let's go ahead and we'll look at the other stuff first. Let's see. What do we need from here? So the lyric type. Do we want a love type song? Rebelling, partying, loneliness, friends, regret, happiness, politics, or anxiety? Well, we definitely don't want politics, I would imagine. That just sounds like a minefield of a song. But let's see, what would they normally have for like idol groups? Oh, it even has stats here. Like here it says love song, casual 10%, hardcore 5%. And if we have something like happiness, oh, happiness looks like an all-rounder. Partying, loneliness, friends. Let's just go with the good old classic love song. Let's see. So that's the lyric type. We also now need a marketing strategy. Over here. Let's go ahead and buy some points for it. Digital only release, individual handshake event, group handshake event, ad campaign, viral campaign, fake scandal. A lewd PV or promotional video. Edgy PV or artsy PV. Let's just go with the good old digital release. Okay, so that's the lyric type and marketing strategy. Now we just need choreography style and genre of music. Let's buy some points so we can actually do it as well. Oh, are we burning out our idols? Okay, no, they aren't. So let's also have you train your dancing. Let's see, choreography style. Digital only is good for a start. Yeah, I mean, I hope so. Like some of the other ones looked quite intense in comparison. Like a scandal event or a PV or even a handshake event and stuff like that. But let's see, what type of choreography would we like? Elegant, cool, cute, sexy. What are our idols like? I forget what they're... We have a lot of cool looking idols. I think cool should be fine, right? There we go. Now we just need a genre. You can never go wrong with a pop one, right? I feel like that is what most idol group songs are like anyway. Yeah, so that's that then. It's also a good idea to wait until your group has some fans who will be willing to buy the single. Yeah, exactly. You don't want to release a single to nobody. Lacking fans? Try doing some promotion activities under the Activities tab. It's time to create your first single. Open the Singles tab and click New Single. Let's also first do another photo shoot. Our main goal here, Reina, is getting a little bit tired. Looks like she's at 50 stamina, so... maybe let's rather have Saori do it, because she has quite a lot of stamina left. Making too many... Oh, also it doesn't require you to make CDs, so you won't have to predict how many sales you'll get. Making too many is costly and too few is low profit. Ah, I see. That's something I didn't think about, yeah. When you make physical things, you have to try and predict the amount of sales. I mean, isn't that how they messed up the whole... what was it? Like the graphics cards, right? The big reason why they were so out of stock and so overpriced is because they just didn't expect so many people to be buying up the graphics cards. But let's see. Our first single. It's time to create your first single. Open the singles tab and click new single. There we go. New single. Start by choosing a name. Oh my goodness. I have to come up with a name myself? Oy vey. Daily events cost stamina. Spa regains 10 stamina per idle but costs money. Oh, it costs money to do the spa thing. Oh, I did not notice that. Yeah, I started doing the spa thing now because all three of our girls started having about like 50 stamina left. And I noticed that the photo shoots used up about like 25. So I figured it'd be good to have them go there sooner rather than later. The break room regains stamina automatically. Only costs like 20k a week in rent. Oh wow, that sounds a lot more efficient. I'll have to invest in one of those soon. Let's see, our first single. Choosing a name. Or, okay, we can also use a randomized name. Let's see what the random names would be like. So imagine this as our first single. She thinks he drops that bass. What else is there? Babe, let's rumble. Wanted heaven. Way survivor. He thinks he hurt you. Sound man. Sound man sounds like a good one. It's like the shitty sequel to the Piano Man. So let's go with Sound Man. I guess we have to select digital only, pop, love, and cool, since that's the only things we have. Oh, it even breaks down our appeal here. 5% teen, 5% young adult, 5% adult, 20% casual, 55% hardcore, and 20% female. Just make one up myself? But that's the thing though. How do I come up with a good name when we have things like Magic Darling and Land Sound or Sweetie I Want You and DJ Bring It One More Time? Yeah, some of the names are pretty funny. You always go with random names. Beat Life. Let's just see what some of the rest are and see if we can land on a good one. Honey, Hold Me. He hopes he's paranoid. I Know You're a Dancer. Thinking of His Glass Heart. Old Game. He Said I Go My Own Way. He Knows She Wants You. There's a lot of these he thinks, he says, he knows types of titles. Pictures Because. Lost Choices. I Know I Love It. Diamond Obsession. Hardcore Resurrection. Friends Best. That doesn't even make any sense. But you know what? I think I'll stick with it. Friends Best it is. Click continue after you're done setting up your single. Sure, I'm done. Alright, it's time to choose which idols will participate in the single. Select an idol and drag her to the formation screen to place her in the formation. Okay, well obviously we're gonna put our golden girl, Ikeda Reina, up top, right?
Yes!
The group stats will be based on the stats of the idols participating in the single. Idols closer to the center of the formation will contribute more. Alrighty then. The team chemistry stat is based on how well the idols in the formation are getting along with each other. Putting a bully in the formation can have a negative effect on team chemistry. Being chosen as a center can also boost an idol's individual career. Is one of your idols wishing to be a center? Click continue after you're done setting up your formation. So let's go ahead and put the other two behind her. Oh, look at that. 100% team chemistry. What is this here? Fame. Buzz on release. Plus 100%. We've got a pretty decent spread here. Our dancing is pretty good. Our vocals is taking quite the hit though. Only 41. Oh, that is definitely something we'll have to work on. Alright. Now that all of our hard choices have been made, it's time to produce our single. You'll need to have your character write the lyric. Oh my goodness. Write the lyrics. Have the music staffer work on the song, have a dance staffer do the choreography, and a manager staffer create the marketing plan. The success of the single will depend on their stats. Also, don't forget to socialize with idols. Each idol has a 7-day cooldown, so use that time to socialize with others. Oh, right, I forgot completely about that. Let's see. Start by dragging the single into your office to work on the lyrics. Okay, so I think once we finish working on the lyrics, we'll be able to socialize. More idols you're friendly with, the better, basically. Ah, I see. Oh yeah, it did say that there's a whole bunch of like benefits, right? Like they're more friendly, they'll do more things, they're more active, and stuff like that. Completing all of the production tasks associated with the single will take some time. So I guess in the meantime, we can start working on some other stuff, like trying to improve our goals. One thing, they all need to improve their vocals. I mean, we have a 1 and a 6 over here, so that's definitely going to need some improvement. I wonder if we should then hire a vocal person to train them up. I think it'll be pretty important. Let's see, we have to hire somebody new. And let's see, a vocal coach here. Max coaching level 40. There we go. And let's also build another recording studio for them. Ooh, not enough money. Really? How much money do we need? 1.5 million yen. In that case, let's just switch them out and have them do that. But speaking of getting money, let's also do a performance to try and get some money. And then let's see what else is there to do now. Train them up, right? Have now do some vocal training. And have Saori do some dance lessons. In the meantime, let's speed this up to try and rush towards the end of the single. Because wow, we really are taking quite some time to come up with the lyrics to this song. What is it called again? Friends Best. It's interesting that we're the ones coming up with the lyrics, right? And not the actual music producer. Yeah, let's see. Drag your single into other offices to have your staffers work on it. Okay, so let's move it from... Oh, okay, it says the lyrics are done. So now we put it into the marketing tab, right? There we go. And in the meantime, we can also start to interact with our idols, right? And have them speak with us. Friends Best, yeah. I mean, hey, it was what the name generated, so we'll stick with that. Let's also do some more promotion. Oh, I see there now, when you hover over these, it says max queue length, so you can... and I see there, it puts them in a queue below it. I see now. But let's have a little social interaction here. You never go wrong with some casual conversation. When we even leveled up. Friendship level 1. What did you want to chat about? Ikeda Reina admits she's been playing a new video game recently and mentions one of her childhood heroes. You also find out that Ikeda Reina has an older brother who is attending university in the United States. Ooh. That's very cool, Reina. Let's see. So keep training these two goals here. And let's see now. Actually, wait. I should start speaking to one of the other goals, right? Because of that cooldown we mentioned in Laser 3. So let's have a look. Let's put Reina. She's pretty much done, right? She has her stats almost maxed out, so let's go ahead and speak to Nao. And keep Takeda on that vocal training. And other singles? Ah, it's done. So let's have the choreographer work on that then. And speak over here to Nao. How have you been, Nao? Kuriyama now talks about how she stubbed her toe this morning and talks a bit about her childhood. You also find out that Kuriyama now wants to be a mixologist. Ooh! Is that like a fancy name for a bartender, essentially? And welcome, Riker, to the stream. Is this that trafficking simulator I've heard about? Seems really, really chill. I mean, technically speaking, it's an idol manager game. Now, the circumstances around it are a bit weird. And thank you for following, Rico. But yes, it is an idle managing game. But the thing that they don't tell you is that this sort of facility has been built up on what used to be, effectively speaking, a sex trafficking workshop. And, you know, where it was a bit weird when the boss or our landlord said, no, I'll give you this plot of land or this plot of the building for free. You don't have to pay rent as long as you get me money. And then, you know, it doesn't help with the whole concept of, you know, we're scouting out for pretty cute girls and stuff like that. And mixologist is basically a bartender plus more education. Ah, I see. So it's like a fancy bartender. Let's go ahead and have our good old girl Ikira Reina as our photo shoot girl. And who can we train again? Let's do some more performances to get more money because we are running quite low. We're under 1 million yen. Yeah, like we can actually go into depth, technically speaking. Like again, our boss or our higher up, he's not too concerned about profit or a loss, but he just wants to make sure that there's somebody using the building because apparently, oh, there we go, choreography is learned. He just wants something being done in this building for legal reasons. What those reasons are, we don't know, but it's a bit concerning. Ooh, there's a good one for now. Let's see now then. We can also speak to Saori, who we haven't socialized with yet. And then have now do some dancing lessons. A bartender can be as little as a person who serves beer. A mixologist is more knowledgeable in specifically cocktails and more complicated drinks. So yeah, a fancy bartender basically. Ah, that makes sense, yeah. Like obviously anybody can, you know, pour a beer for somebody. But if you ask somebody to make a specific drink where, you know, you have to get the right proportions and knowing what exactly has to be mixed how, and yeah, mixologist. Let's have, as usual, a casual conversation. Did you want to talk about anything in particular, or are you just here to chat? Takara Saori waxes fanatical about her favorite food and talks about the last time she talked with her family. I also found out that Takara Saori used to take calligraphy lessons. Ooh. Fancy writing. The single is almost done, it looks like. And there we go. Your single is now ready to release. Click the release button. First, let's do another photo shoot. See if we can maybe get out a little bit more fans before we do the thing. Ooh, wait a minute. Oh, stamina 47 points. Let's not tire the people out, so let's decline that. And let's have people do some recovering, I think, our idols. Because their stamina is starting to run a bit low. 45, 37, 53. But our single is ready to release, right? So let's go ahead and release that. How do we release it though? Oh wait, there it is. Release. Friends Best, our first single from Shanaha. 46 sales. That's not that bad, right? What are these stats here now? Oh, we got some new fans. We got 35 new fans. 3 on the trendiness bonus. I don't know if that's good or not, but that's pretty cool. Let's have a look at the rest of the stats. 46 sales. That's not that bad considering how many fans did we have? Like 150 or something? Yeah. It's like 1 in 3 of our fans bought the CD. Ah, yes, Fujimoto, our boss. Hey, thought I'd stop by. I can see by the binders on your desk that you've been consulting some of the business notes I gave you. Trendiness 3 means you got 3 new casual fans. Ah, okay, I see. That's good. Who wrote those business tips? Let's ask, who wrote those business tips? Because again, this business tips binder was given to us from the previous people here who didn't run an idle company, but we're still using that information. So it's a little bit weird to follow it, but whatever, we'll see. I told you before already, didn't I? They were written by one of my former associates. I trusted them enough to run several of my business operations, and they did quite well. So any advice they have to give is probably worth taking. I hope they're not saying anything bad about me. guess that's that then. Oh, there's the rest of the tutorial. Oh, never
プ
mind.
ロデューサー
Hello, sir. Oh, she's our manager, one of our managers, right? Or our only one, actually. What is it?
あの
And more importantly, having released your first single means your performance and promotions become more powerful. Ah, that makes sense, yeah. Now that we have... Actually, that makes me curious. Before we released our first single, what were we even performing? Did we just go around doing cover songs or something? I've been meaning to talk to you about our organization's policies. Right now, they're not very well defined, and I was hoping that I could ask you a few questions to rectify that. Specifically, we need to set a number of guidelines for how the girls behave and how events are run. It can be chaotic if things aren't consistent. I think it's best to have a set policy in place so that everyone is working with the same rulebook, so to speak. What policies do you recommend? Yeah, probably. I mean, there are... I mean, I'm ashamed to admit it, but there are, I think, Korean groups, like Korean girl groups that they essentially do just dance covers. At least from what I can tell. Because I remember seeing... again, I hate to admit this. I remember seeing fan cams getting recommended of girls doing, you know, pretty risque dances to songs and stuff like that. I don't think the singing was that great at all, but it was all about their dancing and the suggestive nature of their moves that got them a big following. But yes, the policy section. Guerrilla cover performances. Yeah, maybe that is it. We just go around doing impromptu karaoke on stage for our performances. When in doubt, pick the middle option and maybe change it later in terms of policy. Well, we'll see what it is now. Well, I'm not sure I'd recommend any specific set of policies. Different organizations have different sets of rules, and each set of rules has its own pros and cons. The policies that Shanaha has will be part of what sets it apart from other groups. Of course, nothing is set in stone. You can always change your mind if you don't like the current set of policies. In fact, it's pretty common for new groups to be flexible when they first start off, and adapt other policies depending on what seems to work best. The longer you stick with a given policy, the more people come to expect certain things from you. When an organization gains more of a reputation, and people get more used to running things a certain way, changing policies can take a while, and you might have to wait longer for the benefits to show up. But since we're a young organization, we have the time to change things around. So if you're a bit unsure, no need to stress over a particular policy decision. You can always adjust it later. Oh, that's what... The Shanaha is based on, you know, you have AKB48, right? So I thought, I can do something similar with the SHA78, where the 7 can, you know, it can be read as Nana and H as Hachi. You totally didn't read it as secure hashing algorithm? I mean, that is one way, I suppose. Sorry, that was probably a bit more explanation than you needed. You're the boss. You don't need me to explain to you how your organization works. In fact, you're supposed to be the one who tells everyone else how things work. So, with that in mind, what kind of business proposals do you think we should would be the most promising? Oh my goodness, I see now what you mean, Laser 3. What kind of business proposals would be the most promising? I think, Laser 3, your recommendation of going with the middle one actually makes sense, because photo shoots are a bit hit or miss, right? Not many people would be looking at magazines and stuff like that, right? So photo shoots maybe not too great. Variety shows, I think we're a bit too small for that. People aren't really going to want to tune into us when we only have 100 fans. And I doubt we'll get lots of like good time slots, like prime time. And TV dramas, again, I doubt people will want to watch us because, I mean, who are we? But advertisements, I think that could be a good thing. It's all that subliminal messaging, right? You always see those ads on screen, and you know, over time you start to recognize them. Like, everybody always memes about Raid Shadow Legends because, like, oh, it's such a silly game, but they advertise very aggressively and it works. So when you think of a mobile game, everybody almost immediately jumps to Raid Shadow Legends purely because of how successful their advertisements are. Sure, the game may not be very good, but you can't knock them for their advertisement campaign. So let's go with that. Most advertising campaigns require us to sign a 3-month contract. They can be a good source of recurring income since we get paid weekly for the duration of the contract, and any idol that appears in advertisements will also get a modest bit of exposure. But whichever idol gets chosen for the deal will go in every week to record new spots, so it's a real time commitment. There's also the fact that advertising contracts expose us to liability. And why? If a company chooses an idol from our organization to represent their brand, any scandals that idol becomes involved can result in negative association with the brand, and we'll have to pay a pre-agreed settlement if that happens. That should hopefully be a pretty rare occurrence. Advertising deals pay pretty well, so I wouldn't let the threat of damages scare you too much. Should I pursue advertising deals? Yeah, sure.
わかりました。
I mean, we do have, what was her name? Our golden girl, Reina. She can't get into all. She is very unlikely to get into scandals because she's asexual. So it's like a perfect setup. Alright, sir. Sounds good. Of course, it never hurts to change things up depending on what the direction the company is going in. So you can always adjust our group's policy on which types of business proposals to focus on. Of course, while I might be focused on trying to get certain kind of business proposals, sometimes other opportunities will fall into your lap. I'll be sure to let you know about those when they come up, even if they're not the kind of business deal we're focusing on at the moment.
すみません。
He's unlikely to get into dating scandals, but there are other scandals. Okay, I see. Well, at least we don't have to worry about the dating scandal, so it's one thing that we don't have to worry about. Sorry if it sounded like I was second guessing you there. Business proposals are kind of my area of expertise, so I just wanted to make sure you were aware of all of the options before you made your decision. My next few questions should be a bit simpler and more straightforward. Recently, I've been thinking about the branding of Shannaha. What kind of vibe do you want people to associate with our group? By the way, variety show has the exact same thing as advertisements, except I have to pay even more. I see. Oh, what do we want our group to be? Cute? Cool? Sexy? Pretty? Funny? Or smart? I think a cool group would be pretty cool.
いいですね。
Nice choice. I'll try hard to make sure we're cultivating that kind of aesthetic. Or well, maybe I shouldn't do that, because apparently being a try-hard isn't very cool. Maybe I'll try just a little. I think we can manage that. The field thing is a multiplier. If you choose cute, then your singles etc will have a multiplier to its cute value. I see. So it's sort of like our focus. So it sort of forces you to try and, go into that one path. Alright, another branding question. It's about the kind of fans we're trying to attract. What kind of image are we trying to project? Orthodox, rebellious, or neutral? Neither is too important, I think, so let's go
わかり
neutral.
ました。
Playing it safe, huh? Well, trying not to alienate anyone is a valid way to go, and certainly not a bad choice. Okay, now for a question about screening incoming talent. We can conduct background checks during the recruitment process. A more rigorous background check will make the recruitment process more expensive, but it can help filter out more of the bad apples. It can also be used to strengthen our weak sides as well. That's something I didn't consider as well. How extensive do you want our background checks to be? Let's just do a basic background
わ
check.
かりました。
We don't want people that have literally no talent whatsoever joining. Just the basics, huh? That should help us screen out some of the more problematic candidates. We also need to talk about social media. Since anything that the idols post online is going to reflect on the organization, part of the idol's contract allows us to set rules governing their public social media use. What kind of policy do you want regarding social media? I don't want to say no social media because, it's good for publicity, right? They can sort of get fans like that. But then again, that's potential for scandal. So let's go with the pre-moderation
いいで
posts.
すね。
So all the girls' posts have to be approved before they can be posted. I think we can get a system in place for that. Smart thinking. Most of the benefits of social media while reducing the chance of something scandalous being posted. On a related note, we should figure out what to do about allowing live streams, if we want to allow them at all. They can be a good source of exposure, but there's always the risk of scandal. When in doubt, middle option is good for the next few options. Less restrictions means more scandal for all of them, basically. I see now what you mean. Like, it looks like it's the two extremes. You can either have no restrictions, but then, you know, there's a lot of publicity and a lot of exposure, but a lot of risk of scandals. Or you can do the complete opposite, where you don't allow it, and there essentially is no scandal, but there's also no exposure. And get that super... yeah, we should absolutely allow them to stream. We can get that super cha. Get their akasupas. Idol's gonna say this game word on stream. Hey, well, technically speaking, if they do say the game word, it could go one of two ways. We could have the next Hololive boom, essentially. That'd be cool though if we, instead of being idol manager, be a VTuber manager. No, restrictions on streams don't actually get you money. Just fame. That's true. Alright. You know, I've heard that some streamers collect donations from viewers. Yep, exactly! She's a fan of Hololive, must be. And they actually make quite a bit of side income from it. It's not a lot though, but it's not nothing either. Well, depends on who you are as a VTuber. Oh, another thing. We need to have a dating policy in place. There are more, shall we say, invested fans who don't like the idea of idols dating. They think it ruins part of the appeal. On the other hand, not allowing idols to date is the kind of thing that would seem draconian to less invested fans, and that might be a bit of a turn-off for them. And that's completely apart from the impact that romance can have on an idol's life on an individual basis. There are a lot of emotional highs and lows that can come with the dating scene, and while romance can boost someone's self-esteem, it could just as easily end up being a distraction. Oh no, one of our talents said something incredibly offensive. Was it cute when they did so? Okay, well, in that case, fine then, says a trooper. Or a troper, sorry, not a trooper. There's also the fact that what kind of dating policy we set will affect how dating-related scandals are seen by the public. If we have strict rules against dating, then anything remotely scandalous is going to be a much bigger deal than if we were more permissive. On the other hand, having a loose and flexible policy makes it more likely that scandals will happen in the first place. It's sort of like the saying, a troper, like, it's fine if you're cute, because then you can get away with it, or if you're hot. It's like the, what is the people thing that always say? Oh honey, you're not nearly as pretty enough to be that stupid, or something like that. We could also try to hedge our bets a little by not setting an official policy. And no matter what kind of dating policy we have, it probably won't do anything to discourage idols from becoming romantically involved within the group. Within the group? That kind of thing has been known to happen. Though if it's just an internal thing, it's easier to keep that kind of thing under wraps. So it probably wouldn't be an issue regardless. Let's be ambiguous about it. Best to keep ourselves out of it then. A don't ask, don't tell policy. Probably won't appeal to many fans, but it's also less likely to repel them. One last thing related to finances, or more specifically, salaries. One of the things I've been thinking about is proactively offering the talent pay raises in order to keep them satisfied. The way it is right now, the only time idol salaries can increase is if you change them yourself. But if you authorize me to offer them incremental pay bumps, I could keep an eye on which girls seem to be less satisfied with their pay and give them a slight pay bump to keep them satisfied. Discourage the idols from dating anyone outside the company and encourage them to date, each other. How do you want me to handle idol salaries? Or you can be, again, because of how we look, like, coming back to us as a manager, we have the hidden eyes, the hair fringe going over our eyes. You can only date one person, and that person is me. Let's see, how do you want me to handle idol salaries? Let's try to keep them satisfied, not too generous. Okay, sounds good. I'll adjust idol salaries if their satisfaction seems to be dipping too low. Oh my goodness. Hello, Terui, and hello, Midriff. Hey boss, are you... Oh, sorry. Am I interrupting anything? No, not at all. we were just wrapping up some discussion of the group's policies. Hey, that's good thinking. Have you set any policies on things like event security? No, actually, but that's a great point. In fact, we should probably decide that right now. Yeah, we need to figure out what our security policy is going to be at events where the idols interact with fans. You know, live appearances, handshake events, that sort of thing. They can only date their fellow idols. You're not sure if the music got a bit louder, but it feels louder than before. Oh, it could also just be that the song in the live stream that I'm playing just suddenly bumped up in volume, but I'll adjust that now and hopefully it should be fixed. Let's see, what were we talking about? Security. Yeah, we need to figure out what our security policy is. Blah blah blah. Hardcore fans don't like seeing security guards everywhere, but having good security in place will make the girls feel safer. What levels of security should we have at events? I kind of want to say restrictive security, because yes, some fans out there can be a bit intense, I'll say. Strict security? I have to admit, hardcore fans probably aren't going to like that, but it should give the girls some peace of mind. I'm sure they'll appreciate that, even if the hardcore fans don't. To be fair, hardcore fans could be some of the worst offenders, so maybe it's good we keep them at stray. While we're on the topic of live events, I've been focusing a lot on dance choreography. More specifically, I've been thinking about clothing choices and how skirts can make certain kinds of wardrobe accidents more likely. Depending on the dance moves, fans might see a bit more than we want them to see, if you get my drift. I'm sure that hardcore fans would get a huge kick out of seeing the girls in short skirts, but less hardcore fans aren't as into that kind of thing. You don't know that. Trust me. Everybody can enjoy some good thighs, no matter if you're a hardcore fan or a casual fan. If we go with longer skirts, some of the male fans wouldn't be too happy with that choice, but it would probably go over better with the female fans, and it would still please some of the hardcore fans without alienating the more casual fans. Or, as a bit of a compromise, we could have the girls wear short skirts with safety shorts, less risk of wardrobe malfunction, and that would keep the hardcore fans moderately happy without alienating anyone. Of course, we could always dodge the issue entirely and just have them wear pants instead. More and more groups are doing it these days, and from what I hear, a lot of casual fans find that look more appealing, especially guys in the audience. Hardcore fans probably prefer the more traditional look with skirts though. So, how do we want to handle clothing for dance performances? Man, there's no option for like shorts. Like, what is it called? Hot pants. I feel like that would be a good option as well. But I suppose hot pants are sort of like safety shorts in terms of length. So let's go with short skirts and safety shorts. Sounds like a good compromise. That probably won't ruffle any feathers. I'll make a note of that. Thanks for bringing it up. Oh, one last thing. I know this is kind of a subjective question, but when it comes to live performances, which do you think is better? Quality or energy? Hot pants are pants technically speaking, so yeah. Let's see. I'm all about energy and enthusiasm. Even if it sounds bad, at least as long as our idols are enjoying it and putting their hearts into it, I think we'll be fine. Safety shorts are basically spats. Yeah. I wonder why they're called hot pants. Well, Range, have you seen hot pants? You won't feel hot wearing them. Well, you won't feel hot wearing them, but you might feel hot when you're looking at somebody else wearing them. People love an energetic and enthusiastic performance. Even if the dance moves aren't always perfect or their singing isn't perfect, fans can tell when an idol is really giving it her all during a performance. Real hardcore fans love that kind of authenticity. When a fan sees a girl who's singing her heart out and isn't holding anything back, or someone who's dancing so passionately that they're sweating on stage, that's the kind of thing that can make them a fan for life. I'll do my part to make sure that every live performance is special. You want to see some cold pants? Wouldn't that be sort of like tracksuit pants? It'd be something that you would wear if you are cold, so you try and stay warm, so you put on tracksuit pants. Of course, if you ever change your mind, you can always change the group policies. Yes, I'll draft up a list of group policies based on our discussion today, but you can modify them at any time. If you're unsure, my personal recommendation would be to experiment early on to see what works best for you. Once we actually start getting into production mode and start recording music and doing live performances, changing policies will take longer, so it's best to decide these things early on.
ありがとうございます。
Tracksuit idols probably have their own appeal. Maybe in Russia somewhere or something. They all wear Adidas. Thanks for your time, sir. I look forward to working with Shanaha. I know you're just starting out, but I've got a really good feeling about how things are going to go. Ooh, that was quite the meeting for a bunch of policies. Ooh, what is this? Is this like a... Oh, wow. That's quite the log. Let's see. Oh, and then we have another one. Ah, Fujimoto, our boss. Typoloski idol. Hey, just wanted to see how you were doing. How's your first week on the job been? I'll be honest, I'm a little bit overwhelmed. There's been a lot of stuff going on. I appreciate your honesty, but hey, not everyone can be a top player during their first week on the job. I figured you'd have to do some on-the-job learning. Anyway, you might be interested to know that I recently tapped onto my professional network and managed to get you a small mention on a local news broadcast. Ooh, that professional network sounds a bit sketchy. I also talked to several folks who run businesses in the area and got them to put up promotional materials for a while. It's not exactly making the big time, but it will at least get the attention of people who are nearby. Yeah, I'm curious about this network. How did you get them to do that? What? You don't believe it was the power of my charm? Seriously though, you're not the local business that I've invested in, you know? There are a lot of local businesses owners that owe me favors, and in situations like this, I can get them to help me out for a bit, or in this case, help you out. Basically bonus performance and promotions for a while. Ooh, interesting. This is gonna be interesting. Of course, I hope you realize this works both ways. Someday, you're going to be established business after all. You're going to be the established business that I come to asking for a favor. I might be generous, but I expect something in return. Fair is fair after all. Of course, I don't mean to make this seem like a bigger deal than it is. More people in the area are going to have an awareness of your group. That doesn't automatically turn them into fans, but it does mean that when you promote the group, people will be more likely to pay attention. You might gain more fans than you would ordinarily, thanks to the temporary boost. Ah, there it is. Like you said, Laser 3, a temporary boost. Ditto for performances. People are more likely to check out a group that they've been hearing of recently, so you might see a small boost in attendance and revenue. Anyway, this honeymoon period won't last forever. Try to make the most of it, okay? Okay, I'll try my best. Let's slow down time a bit. Wow, we really need to have our goals get some R&R, some rest and relaxation. Let's see. But we can actually progress through the story now that I think about it. Let's go ahead and see. Knock knock. Mind if I step in for a moment? Sure. What is it? While you've been hard at work running the agency, I've been hard at work shaking hands with the right people. And if you shake enough hands, you start to learn about opportunities. Yeah, maybe you got like the opportunity to get COVID. All those shaking hands? I hope you've been sanitizing. I think I found one that may be of interest to you. See, I have a friend who works as a TV producer. They're always looking to fill programming slots. Things like quiz shows, that sort of thing. I managed to plant the idea in her head that it would be a good idea to have a quiz show where producers for different idol groups compete against each other. Folks such as yourself. What's the catch? It's interesting. Having the producers fight, or I say fight, appear, as opposed to having the actual talents themselves. Always looking for the caveat, huh? That skeptical instinct will serve you well. But it's nothing too serious. They just want to make sure that the people they're featuring have a certain amount of clout. So they're clout chasers, of course. To put it in concrete terms, you need to have enough talent on board to justify calling it an actual idol group. 3 idols is a group, 2 idols is company, and anything less than that, you're playing with yourself. I see Shanaha has 3 members already, so you're already big enough. Also, you need to release a single. I've done that already. You don't have to top the charts or anything like that. Just having a physical physical CD. Just having a physical CD that people can go out and purchase lends the group a bit more credibility. Plus, it will give you something to promote in the show. I see you've already released a single, so you seem to be well qualified there. Anyway, it's clear that you've met the bare minimum qualifications to justify appearing on TV. So, congrats on that. Are you free this time next week? If not, clear your schedule, because that's when taping is planned. Alright, I guess I don't have any say in that. What is the I guess you just have to wait a week and then it'll just come by. In the meantime, let's train up our girls though. Let's speak to Reina and have the other 2 improve their dancing and singing respectively. And let's also have you... Actually, we can do some of that research stuff, right? And improve our things. What other things can we... I might want to save... Oh my goodness. Thank you, Laser3, for the save reminder. How do I save? Yeah, that would have been tragic to not have saved. Let's just call it chat. No. Oh. Going for an hour and 50 minutes without even saving once. Oh, that would have been scary. Let's see. The quiz show actually... Oh, it actually quizzes me? Oh my goodness. That's gonna be interesting. What's this about? Oh, just checking in. Ikeda Reina shares her opinions about some recent gossip and spends a few minutes talking about her hobbies. Alright, I wonder what the gossip was. Well, let's see then. Back to the research stuff. What can we have a look at? Ad campaigns. Ooh. Oh, this is all for the marketing stuff. Let's see. An ad campaign. We can always get that, right? So let's upgrade that. And let's also look at the activities, because there were ways to level these up, right? Oh, like here. We can upgrade both promotion and performance. So let's go ahead and level up promotion. Can we level up performance as well? Yes, we can. Both of those are at level 2 now. Let's see, to get level 3 for performance, we need, wow, 1,000 fans, of which we only have like 126 right now. So we're quite far away from that. And let's see, for promotion, we need to launch an internet show for level 3. That might take a while, but hopefully we get there sooner rather than later. If you remember the quiz correctly, make sure to socialize with your idols and make sure you remember the little factoids about themselves. Oh boy. Well. Let's hope I have a good memory then. Either a good memory or good guessing abilities. But let's see then. We can put some other idols and have them train up in the meantime. And let's see. What are their... How's the stamina looking right now? 57, 46, and 50. Ooh. Still a little bit on the downside. But let's see then. Okay, I have to actually pay attention now when I do my casual conversations now. Hey, thanks for inviting me to chat. Kuriyama now shares her opinions about some recent gossip and talks about what her childhood dreams were. I also find out her father plays the bagpipes. Okay, lock that in my mind. Niall's father, bagpipes. He's Irish. Or is it Scottish? I forget which one it is that they like playing the bagpipes. Oh, it's Scotland, right? Ooh, is this gonna be it? Excuse me, sir. I just received a phone call from Fujimoto-san's office. From the sound of things, you're going to make a television appearance in 1 week. I also received an email directly from the studio with the details of the location of this shoot. Apparently, it's some kind of quiz show where you'll be competing against the producers of other groups. I can look up their facts in their profiles. I think they have two each. Okay. Both technically. It's Scotland and Ireland. I only just connect bagpipes to Scotland because of that meme where it's the Scotland forever, and then it plays the bagpipes super loud. Is our manager going to tell us about the facts? I'm actually somewhat familiar with the local station that's recording the show. Not super familiar, but I may have watched it a few times after work, and I took the liberty of watching a few clips that have been circulated online. Since it's the quiz show, I figured you might want a quick primer on what to expect. If you'd like, I could give you some pointers based on my somewhat limited exposure. Sure. One of the few things I've noticed about the show is that they really like to do variants of the Newlywed Game. Where do I fit into this? Well, the show seems to be inspired by the Newlywed Game, but it often doesn't include people who are actually in a romantic relationship. So rather than testing a husband and wife to see how well they know each other, they might ask a boss questions to see how well they know their employees, or ask a school teacher questions to see how well they know their students. If I had to guess, the host will probably be asking you questions to see how well you know the idols in the group. For example, they might ask you if you know about the idols' hobbies or other facts about them. I guess I'll have to study up. If you'd like to prepare for the kind of questions you might get asked, it could be worthwhile to spend some time with the idols. You know how to do that, right? You can locate an idol via the menu and then drag them into your office to start planning a meeting. You can find out information about them and enjoy sipping a tasty beverage with them. I've never seen an idol turn down the chance to sit down and enjoy a cup of coffee. At any rate, it's up to you how much prep work you want to do. After all, the point of these kinds of quiz shows is to be entertaining for the viewers. Though, if I'm being honest, part of me really wants to see you win. After all, this is supposed to be a quiz show for producers of small idol groups. That means that anyone you face off against would naturally be a rival, right? I'd hate to see you lose to a rival. But it's all in good fun. I'm sure that no matter what the result of the quiz show, everyone will have a good time, win or lose. What's important is entertaining the viewers at home. No, what is important is crushing the opposition. I'll stop at nothing to win. Let's see though. Socialize with an idol. Let's socialize with Saori. And also let's do some performances in the meantime to earn some money because we are running dangerously low on cash. And we've been doing a lot of casual conversation, so let's talk about our wishes. Heh, I thought you'd never ask. What I really want is Takara Saori wants to send her a single. Ooh. I mean, that's gonna be tough with your dancing and vocal skills, so we're gonna have to work on that, I think, a lot. Let's have you focus on dancing. Ooh. What is this? Oh, is this like charts? Or do I even want to know where we are? Yeah, I don't think we're even on this list. Nope. What is our competition though? Wow. Number 1 for September 2021 is Kuso Kawaii. I love he loves you. That is our competition. Kuso Kawaii. Or damn cute, I suppose, if you were to try and translate that. Interesting. But anyway, let's go ahead and raise up Takara. If you want to be a center stage, then you're gonna have to upgrade your skills. And let's start getting some more proposals here. We can get some photo shoots in or something like that. Meanwhile, let's plan some more meetings. Actually, we can start doing the auto practice. That could be good. I wonder how it decides the auto practicing. I assume it's gonna just take whoever is the lowest score and try and improve them. Let's find out what our golden girl's wishes are. You really want to know? Oh, she isn't our golden girl. It's the other one. You really want to know? Okay. If I'm really being honest, Oh my goodness. Kuriyama now also wants to center a single. But both of your skills are so shit. Your dancing and your vocals are atrocious. Oh my goodness. Well, I mean, maybe eventually, one day, if you train up enough, you can become a good one. Whoa. What is the name of this magazine? Tokyo Wanker. Tokyo Wanker is looking for a girl to do a cool photo shoot for the next issue of their magazine. I feel like this is a bit of a sketchy magazine. I don't know if this is a good a good place to go to. But sure, Sketchy Wanker. Be glad it wasn't to center a concert or to be in a specific kind of variety show. Oh, that is true. Like, I can very easily force it to happen, you know, despite them being pretty shitty in terms of their vocal and dancing skills. Like, I can just pump out a single and have them be center. But let's see then. Okay. Now's stamina is starting to take a big hit. So let's see then. How can we go about remedying that? Let's do some spot treatments, right? I wonder if we should make another single though. And then I can have the other two be center stage. There we go. Socialize once more with Reina. And I see now it adds their two desires. Let's see. Well, since Reina has already centered on the stage, I wonder what her wishes are. Promise you won't tell anyone? It's a bit embarrassing to talk about. Oh, there it is. Ikeda Reina wants to center a song at a concert. To be fair though, she's like our golden girl, so it wouldn't be too hard. I think the issue though is a matter of how easily we can organize a concert, because I don't think that's something we can do just yet. Let's see though. You can just keep training there. And let's see. Let's do some spot treatment and a performance. Since she's gold, you probably want to center her anyways, yeah. Yeah, I think it makes sense now what you mean. Like if one of the other two wanted to center a concert, that would, like, I could do it, but with their current stats, it would be such a hit to the performance. That wouldn't be worth it. And let's see. Let's put up Reina. Oh, she's actually the only one who can do it because of her stamina. Let's see. You'll need to get that eventually. You need like 5 singles or something and fans, I think. Ah, okay. So let's start pumping out a new single, or at least get one in the works. New single. Let's go for that. Another random. Honey, I love to rock. Whoops. Machine of Her Beats, Babe, It's Magic, Rodeo Miracle, Endless Angel, Faded Chances, First Chance, Soul Legend. Let's see. Babe, When You're Smiling, Joy Steps. I hope you won't stop. That's an odd name, but sure. Let's see, what is the marketing strategy we can use? Let's just go with the good old digital release. And pop, love, cool. Really the only thing we can do. Oh, and it's a good thing we have the cool as well. That is the thing we try to go for. No break room, low stamina gang. Oh right, yes, I need to do the break room. And there I see it says our desires. Goodness. Okay, well, I'll put Nao up front, because at least she has a good cool stat. I mean, it's not looking great. None of the stats are above 50. But at least it'll give us another song, and also it'll fulfill one of our girls' dreams. Yeah, I should definitely look to invest in a... Why can't I go into the thing? I should definitely try and invest into a break room. But we have no money though. Oh boy. And it costs 1,000,000 yen. How much do we have right now? 340. We are in quite the predicament. It'll be an uphill battle, it seems. Let's see though. Wait, it's pulled up here. Why is it not adding to the thing? Or is it just taking that long? Research. Salaries, contacts, auditions, nickname. Oh, there we go. So now that is the song that he's working on. Another thing about it, we also should be... Wait, hang on. We have that other extra staff guy, right? Oh, let's switch them out actually. So we can have the actual production guy working on the song. And not the vocal coach. There we go. Do some more performances to try and get some money. Our stamina's not looking too bad. I mean, we did get told we could go into the red, so just a question of how far into the red we will go. And let's see. Saori, you can do some more dancing. And there we go. The song is done. So let's work on the lyrics. Oh. There we go. Oh, is this the new monthly rankings? Eureka! Dance with His Fire was #1. Sales 169,000. And let's see. Do some more performances. We get 23,000 each time, but our... Wow, that doesn't cover nearly as much as we need. Idols low in physical stamina 2. Ooh, let's do some spars then for them. Ooh, we are definitely cutting it close. We're down now to 149,000. I hope we get paid lots of money for that show. You can go in you can operate at a deficit, but if you're in the red for too long time, bad things will happen. Oh boy. I hope that this single like pops off or something, or that we get a lot of money for that show that we're going on. Let's do some more performances. And who's low on stamina right now? Ooh, Reina being low on stamina is not a good sign. So let's make sure we schedule in some spa treatments. And let's have another talk here. Oh, so we can only find out the wish once. Let's do a casual conversation. Hey, thanks for inviting me to chat. Kiriyama now talks nostalgically about an old TV show she used to watch as a kid, and talks about what her childhood dreams were. The single will make probably 10 to 20k yen. Ooh, that's not very looking too great. And yeah, just release a double and make more money. That's the big brain plays, Ringe. Surely we just release a triple then at that point, right? How deep can we go into it? You can think I hover over the release button to see the if it's too soon. Oh. What do you mean by too soon? As in, like, is there a specific timing on when it should be released? Let's also... Oh, my finances are now in the red. Try taking a loan by clicking on the office. Ooh, do I dare risk going for the loan sharks? That feels like a scary thing to do. Let's do another spot treatment. Ooh, boy. Oh, fans don't like it when I release stuff too soon. I see. Okay, well, here is our boss. I hope this isn't about our finances that he's come to meet us. Hey there, champ. Things going okay? I hope you haven't managed to run this business into the ground already. Well, funny you say that, Fujimoto. Don't look at our bank accounts right now. Anyway, I hate to be the bearer of bad news, but I just wanted to make sure you are aware. Now that you've been around for a while, you'll probably see extra traffic you were getting from locals start to drop off. You're no longer a neighborhood novelty. I guess you could say the honeymoon phase is over. But hey, you're not just a local business. There's an entire country, heck, an entire world of fans out there for you to impress. Who knows what could come from these humble beginnings. The group that you've managed to mold Shanaha into, that's not something I gave to you. You built that. And I'm looking forward to see what you do with it. Well, maybe don't look too far forward. The first couple runs unfortunately go like this. Ah, I see. So I'm not the only one then that has had a failed idol company. Oh, is that all he came to do? He just came to say that he hopes we aren't fucking things up royally, which we absolutely are. Oh boy. Let's see. Let's do another performance. Okay. Please, how much money do we get from this? 69,000. I mean, it's something. But let's see. Hover over it if it is too early. Doesn't look like it's too early. So it should be fine to do. When was the last one that we released? 17 September. It's been 2 months. I think this should be fine, right? I hope he won't stop. 28,000 in profit. 142 sales. It's better than the last one. New fans. 128 new fans. That's not bad. Especially considering we had one of our shitter idols as the center. Kuriyama now, wish fulfilled. Everyone's low on physical stamina. Oh, that's a lot of yen. 214,000. But it's 50 stamina. Do we risk putting them into having them take mental stamina hits? I'm sorry, Reina. You're gonna have to... No. I have to decline. Instead, I don't want to work my girls too hard. I don't want them taking their mental stamina hits. So let's instead try and see if we can do some of those research improvements. We have quite a lot of points, so let's see. We can upgrade our love lyrics, I suppose. And can we do better? Oh, let's unlock other business contracts. Let's see. Advertisements. Oh, that's the thing that we try to even like focus on as well. I can check under... Oh, I can check the older songs that I released. Ah, that's good to know. I can compare. Preferred proposals, advertisements. There we go. That might have been a lot better to do. So then, should I... let me start preparing a new single song. I won't release it just yet, but just have it in the works. That's nothing a few plastic surgeries can't fix. Just remove the mental bit. Yeah, if only. Digital only. Let's also upgrade the genre. If we can do that even. Music producer. There we go. Surely now then. We are perfecting the craft of the Pop Love Cool song. Wait, can we also upgrade Cool? Where would that be? Oh, the dance choreography, right? Yeah. There we go. Let's go ahead and just have one ready song. Finding My Edge. She heard he's bad for you? First Love. Oh, that's a good name. For a cool love song. And let's see. Kuriyama now wants to be in front. I think the quiz is really soon. Ken, thank you for reminding me to save Laser 3. So let me actually, before I do any of this nonsense and screw over my run, let me save. Let me overwrite that. Okay. Now we can prepare a single. Change his guy. He hopes he's the devil. Light secrets. Sure. Let's go with that one. And Kuriyama now wants to be in the center.
いけます
So let's do that.
いけます
Just so we have it ready and going so long while we try and recover our losses. Let's see, what task do we have? Oh, there's another story scene we can watch quickly for interacting with an idol. At the entrance to this video. Oh my goodness. Hello there, you must be Mr. Shan. Charmed, I'm sure. Thank you so much for coming by. I think we're going to have a lot of fun today. Yeah, this is the quiz. Let me explain how things will work here. You're one of 4 different idol group producers we've invited to the studio. We're going to have separate recordings with each of you, where we hit you with a series of questions about your idol group. We'll tally your scores, and the 2 producers with the highest scores will then face off head to head. It's a good thing I saved before this. If you're not one of the top 2, you get to go home early. Of course, I'm sure you'll want to do your best to try and win the prize. Oh my goodness, yes please, I need that prize. What is the prize? There you go. Pretending like you've forgotten. You just wanted to give me a chance to brag about it, right? Well, of course, we're looking to fill a prime-time programming slot with a live broadcast musical performance. If you manage to win and beat out the other producers here, your group will get some much-needed airtime. Ooh. Of course, that's why you're here, right? Hoping to win the grand prize? Anyway, your segment is the last one that we're going to tape, so I'll let you go to the green room. This is a green room. This green room isn't the most spacious. Normally, we'd let you mingle backstage with the other contestants, but since this is a quiz show, we want to keep everybody isolated. So your room might be a little bit cramped. I'm sure you understand, right? Looking forward to talking to you on camera. Oh boy. Ooh, who's that on the right? She looks cute. I want her as an idol. In the hallway outside of the waiting room. Ooh, hello. Hello, Mr. Shan. It's good to see you here. Who are you? You haven't forgotten the first time we met, have you? If I recall correctly, I was the first one to offer you a proper welcome when you arrived at the Shanaha office before you met Fujimoto. Oh, so that's who that was. But I'm a bit miffed that you don't recognize me. Didn't you do any opposition research? Oh, she's our rival. Anyway, I just finished recording my segment. I got every question right, of course. But they select the top 2 competitors to compete head-to-head in the final round. So if you do well enough, maybe you could come in second place behind me. Well, best of luck. In the waiting room. Hey there, mind if I squeeze in? Man, this waiting room is cramped. I think they squeezed you into a closet. I guess this is what you get when you record for a local TV station. Still, it's good exposure for a group as small as yours. Anyway, are you ready to knock him dead? Yeah, sure. I'm ready to win. Or at least try. That's the spirit. It would be a great opportunity for Shanaha if you can manage to clinch that grand prize. TV airtime for a live performance is the kind of thing that could draw some serious attention. Of course, it is just a local affiliate. It's a bit shy of a nationwide broadcast, but everyone has to start somewhere, right? A local victory could be the first step in a long road of success. Though, I have to admit, it's a pretty genius move onto the TV station's part. Instead of having to pay big bucks for a musical guest to show up, they contact smaller groups and offer them the chance to win airtime. It makes it seem like they're the one doing the favor, which, in a way, they are. But I think they get the better end of that deal. Of course, if anyone is going to get their airtime, I hope it's Shanaha. Hey, do your best to win, alright? I may have made a bet with a friend that you'd be the one to win. And more importantly, my ego is on the line there. I am so sorry, Fujimoto. I am going to disappoint you so much. Hey, did you see the light go on? That means they're ready for you. Go on. Knock him dead. Oh boy. Wow, now that we see our full portrait, we really do look like the stereotypical hentai protagonist. Hello everybody, I'm pleased to be sitting here with Mr. Shen, who is one of the brilliant creative minds behind Shiny Luna. What? The idol group is actually called Shanaha. That's crazy that Shiny Luna, it's actually really close to the name. Oh my lack of preparation has been exposed. Sorry folks, it's been a long day here in the studio. Let's try that again. I'm pleased to be sitting here with Mr. Shan from Shanaha. Mr. Shan, if you had to pick one thing, what would you say is the best quality about the idols of Shanaha? Okay, well, here's the thing. Are they visually appealing? Not really. We've seen some of their stats. Are they talented performers? We've seen their stats. There's one good dancer and singer. The other two, but they do work really hard. I mean, we leave them at like low stamina all the time, so they do work hard. I can't see anything. Yeah. Maybe that's why he's like has his hands nowhere near the buzzer. They're hard workers, eh? In that case, what do you say to the idea of giving all of them a raise? Hard work ought to be rewarded, right? Let's announce it on air today. Ha 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 ha. Everyone at Shanaha, your pay is officially doubled, starting today. I'm joking, of course, Mr. Shen. We're so grateful you took time to sit down with us today. Being that you've spent so much time working with Shanaha over the past few weeks, I'm sure you'd be the foremost expert on them, right? So, without further ado, let's move on to the first round of the quiz. First question is multiple choice. Which of these girls is not an idol who works for Shanaha? Oh, that's easy, right? Okay, Kaede is definitely not. Because Reina is our golden girl, and the other two are, well, they're the other two. So Shimizu Kaede is not one of our idols. Haha, of course, Shimizu Kaede doesn't work for Shanaha. That's because Shimizu Kaede is my daughter. Oh, you can even see the name, like over there, the family name. I'd have quite a bone to pick if she started pursuing a life in showbiz. Why, she might become my competition, and more competition is the last thing I need. Besides, she's my own daughter, and I'd much rather see her pursue a useful career than waste her life trying to become an idol. Wow. Hey now, listen. That's one question down. Next question. Shanaha's most recent single is I Hope You Won't Stop. What are the lyrics of that song about? That's love, right? Yeah. I wrote that myself. Of course I would know it. Yes, indeed, that is correct, of course. I'm sure that was an easy question for you to answer, considering that you're the one who wrote the song. Like I said. Hey, we have to throw in a few easy questions along the way, right? Lastly, it's time to test how well you know the idols themselves. Uh-oh. I'm sure you want the world to get to know the girls of Shanaha, so it's time for you to show us how well you've already gotten to know about them. Another multiple choice question. This question is about Takeda Saori. Of these three statements, which is true about her? Calligraphy lessons, right? Well played, Mr. Shan. It is indeed true that she used to take calligraphy lessons. What an eclectic group of idols Shanaha must be. I'm sure that the members of our audience are all charmed to learn such an interesting fact about one of its members. I suppose the real question would be how you came to know this fact about Takeda Saori. Is this the kind of thing that you ask questions about during the interview process? That seems a bit personal for my taste. And welcome, Lei. Welcome to the stream. We're currently playing the Idol Manager game, where I am on a quiz show answering questions about our idol group. So far, I'm at been able to answer 3 for 3 correctly. Hopefully, I can keep the streak going. That brings the quiz round to an end. And Mr. Shan, since you're the last one we're quizzing, we're prepared to announce right now who will be advancing to the final quiz round. Mr. Shan, you will be advancing to the final quiz round. Congratulations. Nice. Back in the waiting room. Hey, good job out there. Are you ready for the next round? I'm a little nervous, not gonna lie. Well, don't be. See, you don't actually need to win. How best to explain this? You know how the prize for winning this quiz show is getting airtime for a live performance? It's a decent opportunity, but there are better opportunities, and I think I managed to find a better spot. Ooh, really? You see, National Broadcasting Corporation runs a similar live performance event. They're looking to promote some up-and-coming talent, and an idol group like Sha Na Ha would fit the bill. And, well, I pulled in some favors and managed to get you airtime there. The agreement isn't finalized, but it's basically a sure deal at this point. There's just one problem. The National Broadcasting Corporation gig would be the same night that this local station would be airing. They're actually trying to counter-program the bigger show by putting on a similar show. It would be better to have the larger platform, so you actually don't need to win this quiz show. But I want to try anyway though. Yeah, I thought you might say that. This is where things get a little sticky. See, when we signed you up to be on this quiz show, part of the paperwork that went along with it was a contract promising that Sha Na Ha would be available for that specific broadcast slot in the event that you win. So, if you win this quiz show, you'll be obligated to show up on the smaller network, and we'll have to miss out on the bigger gig. Long story short, if you win the quiz show, you'll be missing out on a better opportunity. You see where I'm going with this, right? My professional advice to you would be to try and lose on purpose. We're rigging the game show? My goodness. I wish there was a way that we could do both gigs, or a way for you to play to win while still doing the bigger show. But the only way for us to get out of this contract is for you to lose the quiz show and not be bound by obligation to have Sha Na Ha perform the smaller show. Anyway, this should be pretty easy. I'd go and talk to the other contender myself and explain the situation. But then we might get accused of collusion. So, just let them win. I'm sure they'll be grateful for the opportunity. I know you're coming off a winning streak, but this should be pretty straightforward. Oh, right. Logistics. So, since this is a head-to-head competition, both you and the other contestant will be asked a question. Whoever buzzes in first will get a chance to answer. If you give a correct answer, you get 1 point. A wrong answer will give your opponent a point. So, if you want to lose without having to embarrass yourself with an incorrect answer, just refrain from buzzing in. Let the other person buzz in first, and you'll lose without ever having to give a wrong answer. Of course, if you really want to seal the deal, you could buzz in and give a wrong answer. It's up to you how to handle the situation. Just make sure that you don't win by accident. But I wonder now though, what if our rival is also trying to lose on purpose, and they are trying to do the same thing? So it's no longer a case about who will win, it's about who will lose harder. Back in the studio, the host is waiting for you, accompanied by another familiar face. Hello and welcome to the show. We've narrowed the field down to 2 contestants. Why don't we have the 2 introduce each other? Hey everyone, I'm pleased to be here competing against Mr. Shan, who is representing and promoting the idol group Sha Na Ha. A technician standing next to the camera is holding up a cue card with the name and idol group of the other competitor. Ooh. Let's just go with the default one. Yasuda Kokona nods at you and flashes a winning smile at the camera. Thanks for the introduction. I'm glad to have this opportunity to present Glace Breeze to the world, and I'm looking forward to seeing Glace Breeze perform on television to an even bigger audience. Oh, the way you're talking, it sounds like you're assuming you've already won. Let's just say I'm very confident in the outcome of the competition. Well, let's see just how well-paced that confidence is. Alright, first question. The topic for the first question is tourism. At which of these 3 tourist destinations are you most likely to encounter snow? Mount Fuji, Chirihama Beach, or the Yaeyama Tropics? Let's just not buzz in. She's gonna buzz in, right? Right? She is gonna buzz in, right? After several moments of waiting, neither player has buzzed in. Right before the time is about to expire, Yasuda Kokona buzzes in. Alright, Miss Yasuda. finally decided to answer. So, where are you most likely to encounter snow? Oh my, you know, I buzzed in without really thinking about my answer. Major brain malfunction on my part. Haha, I know that feeling, Miss Yasuda. I'm sure many people can relate to that kind of situation. But I'm going to need an answer from you. Actually, I know this one. The snowiest part of Japan is actually Aomori City, in the Hakoda Mountains. That's my final answer. Oh, what a pivot. From brain fart to dropping some unexpected knowledge on us. It seems that Miss Yasuda knows both how to be charmingly relatable and also unexpectedly insightful. Unfortunately, this was a multiple choice question and Aomori City was not one of the possible answers. Of the choices presented, Mount Fuji is the place most likely to have snow. And that's the answer we were looking for. The point goes to Mr. Shan. Oh well, you know what? I'm just happy to be here, Mr. Shimizu. Oh, I see what you're doing. The most stylish way of being wrong. Yeah, at least she did it with confidence and style. What a great attitude. Unfortunately, great attitudes don't translate into points scored. If you want to win, you'll need to start giving some correct answers. So I was right. She's also trying to do the whole losing on purpose, trying to seal that bigger deal. Alright, time for the next question. That question might have been a bit challenging for you since it's about ecology. You both too seem like a kind of people who spend most of their time in the city. So maybe this question will be more your pace. Because we're talking about the entertainment industry. Pony Island Records is a well-respected name in what industry? So clearly she's trying to do the whole losing on purpose, right? So we have to fight back. Mr. Shan is the first on the buzzer. What kind of entertainment is Pony Island Records known for? I mean, I'm gonna assume that the correct answer is music, because it's records, right? So let's go with a children's card game. Nope. Pony Island Records is, as you might guess from the name, in the business of putting out records, as in albums, as in collections of music. You know, music. You're on an idol group. You know what records and CDs and music are, right? Well, better luck next time. Oh, Yasuda Kokona shoots you an annoyed glare. Oh, what's wrong, Miss Yasuda? You won this round, and yet you don't seem very happy with the result. Could something be wrong? Why would you be unhappy with the victory? Let's just say I've got my eyes on a bigger prize. She's absolutely trying to do the same thing we are. Of course you are. You may have won one round, but what's more important to you is winning the grand prize. I'm sure. Well, you're right. This competition's outcome is far from certain. Finally, we have one last question for you. What city is Tokyo Tower located in? Well, it's 1-1 right now, right? Because she answered incorrectly the first time, and then I answered incorrectly the second time. So I have to do this. Looks like Mr. Shan is faster on the buzzer. What's your answer? Tokyo Tower is located in? Obviously, we all know that Tokyo Tower is located in New York. What? I was wrong? Wow, is there a Tokyo Tower in New York? I don't know much about America, so maybe they have their own version of Tokyo Tower in New York. But the answer we were looking for is Tokyo. Hard to see how you would get that one wrong, Mr. Shan. This round goes to Miss Yasuda. Better luck next time. That brings this session to a close. What a disappointing performance from Mr. Shan. Such easy questions and such astoundingly wrong answers. It makes you wonder how it is that Mr. Shan got a management position in the first place. Tell me, Mr. Shan, what happened? How could you perform so underwhelmingly? Let's just say the pressure got to me. Oh no, it turns out the producer doesn't do well under pressure. Maybe you're just not cut out for her leadership, Mr. Shan. How do you suppose the idols of Shanaha feel to know that they're working under somebody who can't hold up under pressure? I bet most of them are wondering why it is that they bothered trying when their producer isn't going to be able to keep up when the going gets tough. Do you think that they'll be able to respect you after this? Ms. Yasuda, for someone who just won, you don't seem very happy. Aren't you honored to have won today's prize? Well, yes, of course. Come on, you can say it more assertively. You won. Congratulations, Miss Yasuda. Thanks to your hard work today, or maybe due to Mr. Shan's blunders, Blaze Breeze will now have an opportunity to perform on a live broadcast with our station. At least, that's what I would be saying if it weren't for the fact that today's show... At least, that's what I would be saying. Oh wait, what? He's doing it multiple times. Mr. Shan, Miss Yasuda, smile! You're on Chumps and Chuckles and you've been pranked. The host makes a big show of turning to the camera with arms spread in a comically wide gesture. Today's winner wins no prize. But you weren't trying to win, right? Unfortunately, the loser's prize you were informed of before the show does not exist either. Sorry folks, today both of you got nothing. Wait, what? What? So wait, that the loser prize, does that mean the big, the bigger one that my boss told me about? Oh, you sneaky devils, you. Backstage after the taping. So I made myself look like a fool for nothing. Ah, Fujimoto. You dastardly devil, you. Sorry for misleading you about the setup for the show. But, like I said, it's all about entertaining the audience, right? You have to admit it. It was pretty funny to see you and Miss Yasuda stumble over each other to try and get the questions wrong on purpose, right? Like I said before, a group of your size needs all the attention it can get. This was the best way I could think of to get you publicity. And a lot of people ended up tuning in. So I think this is good for Shanohai in the long run. Sorry I had to mislead you in order for it to work. It's okay. It got me more invested in it, I think. Thanks for being such a good sport about it. I appreciate someone who's willing to roll with the punches. And hey, you don't always have to take yourself seriously to win the entertainment.
Huh?
Fujimoto-san, what are you doing here? Ah, Ms. Yasuda. Fancy meeting you here. Did you set this up? Did you do this to embarrass me? No, not at all. I didn't even know that you would be here. Oh, so you being here is all because of Shan Aha, right? The fact that I happen to be involved is purely a coincidence? Oh, that's right. Uh-huh. Funny coincidence. Well, whether this was intentional or not, do your best to stay out of my way. What did I do to you? Of course, Miss Yasuda. Yasuda Kokona storms off in a huff. Why is she mad at you? Honestly, I'm not sure. But if I had to guess, it probably comes down to business. Let's just say that Miss Yasuda and I previously encountered one another in a professional context. Anyway, you handled yourself well out there. Good job. Ooh. Well then. What a crazy little story there. Let's go ahead and save and make sure. Overwrite that. Ooh. What a crazy world the idol industry is, right? Who would have thought that other than, having the actual idols, you'd have these crazy producer shows that we would go on. But I think that's a very good point to call it for today. 2.5 hours. And I feel like we barely scratched the surface. We're still technically in chapter 1 as well. So I think that is going to be... Yeah, and I'm in the red by... What a good way to end it off, right? In the red. But I mean, when I started out the stream, when I tweeted it out, I did say I could either start the next AKB48 or I could fail and crash the company miserably. And it looks like it was the latter option, where I crashed miserably. To be fair, it's only 277 in the red. It's not that bad. Could be worse. But yes, thank you all for joining me on today's stream and adventuring into the world of idol management. Anyways, it was a nice stream. I'm glad you enjoyed it, Laser3. And thank you for those tips that you were giving me on how to actually run the idol company. If anything, it's almost like you were the SOP manual for me, giving me tips on how to do things properly. So let's go ahead and see who we can raid for today's stream. Let's have a look. I know who we can raid. It is somebody that was actually here earlier. Their name is Atropa Everwood. They are currently doing a calligraphy stream, which is very interesting. Which actually, if I remember correctly, one of our idols, I want to say Takeda Saori. Is it her? Yes. Who used to take calligraphy lessons, which made me think of this streamer right now, Atropa Everwood. He's doing a calligraphy stream. It's a pretty unique thing, right? I haven't seen that. I don't really see calligraphy that often. So I think that would be a perfect target to raid then. The raid message for today will be Shanna hello, as usual, because I'm unoriginal and can't think of anything else. So you can copy that and have that ready and primed for when we raid Atropa. But yes, thank you all for joining in today's stream and following me on my idol journey and following Shanaha Productions. Whether or not we were a successful idol company, it stands to be up in the air still, but I think we were definitely an idol company. Whether we were good or not, that stands to be seen. But yes, thank you all for coming to today's stream. I don't really have anything planned for the rest of the week, so you'll have to keep an eye out for next week's streams only, seeing as though I don't think I'll be doing anything this weekend. But yes, once again, my name has been Shanaha, or Shanaha, or Shahana. Whatever you say, there's no wrong way. And thank you for showing up to today's stream. I hope you all have a brilliant day, or evening, or night, wherever you are. And until next time, I'll see you.